It is that time when we hit the airwaves right here on the Blitz Talks morning show. Wait. The Blitz morning show. Not the Blitz Talks, the Blitz morning show. It's just been one of those pee me off mornings, and I am glad I'm finally out on the road, and I'm glad I'm doing a show just for you guys. There's no ifs, ands, or boots booty. All right, so that is correct. This is the Blitz Morning Show. My name is Toby Brendel. I thank you for tuning in once again for this most awesomest show ever. How was your weekend? Mine? Yeah, whatever. Moved. That's about it. Had a bunch of family over. You know, the basic weekend for a normal, average person. Watched football. My team won. Played the Nintendo Switch. That's actually quite an interesting system. I have no complaints about it. Well, I just need to kind of buckle down and get a few more games and see how they are. Otherwise, it's actually kind of okay. I know I do want to play Diablo on it. I'm a Diablo nut. I have been for probably close to 10 years, except I really haven't played it. Diablo 2, still my favorite. Long story. So let's get a mosey on and let's go and do my favorite Monday segment. QCIndie presents Question Call right here on the Blitz Morning Show. The only place you're going to find this. So Kim from QCIndie has given me a bunch of questions that he wanted me to answer on air. And Alex B, who was on the show at the start of the year, sent me one as well. So there's going to be a ton of mixing question genres. So you're going to get a little bit of flip-flop back and forth. But first up, we are going to start with Kim from QCIndie, his questions. Number one. That's something that's popular now that would look ridiculous 10 years from today. Ooh. Oh, what would it be? 10 years, I will be... Okay. That is a good question. But at the same time, I'm going to be almost 50 in 10 years. So if you figure it out, the things that I think are ridiculous now are going to be ridiculous 10 years from today. But put my age aside and figuring out something that's popular now that will look ridiculous 10 years in 10 years. Oh, God. I think I'm stumped on this one. It's popular now. Kim. You stumped me. There's so many things. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kanye West. Oh, how about this? The Fortnite dances. My Lord. People who do... Okay, basically the Fortnite dance-offs are nothing more than white people who can't dance. It's almost a proven fact. You can go out there and see all these videos. It's of white kids, sometimes adults, doing Fortnite dances. It's mostly Oh, crap. The wheelchair one. Whoop, boop, boop, boop. The Orange Crush. And the Backpack Kid one. See, I'm too old for this question. Because what I think is stupid now is going to be stupid 10 years from now. Like, Kim, you put me in a horrible spot, but that's what it is. The Fortnite dances are got to be some of the dumbest things. I was at McDonald's the other night waiting for the girlfriend to come out, and a kid just breaks out. I'm just shaking my head going, oh my God, why? So, I shouted out, Roy Purdy does it better. Kid yells back, who's that? It's like, really? He's almost a creator. Oh, of that Orange Crush, Orange Julius dance. I just want to punch everybody who does it. Just bloop. Oh! Thanks, Kim. You just got me working now. At least I forgot my other problem. All right. What's the worst and best Christmas gift that I ever got? Okay. Quite easy. One of the best ones that I've ever received was my Sega Genesis back in the day. There's no do to boot it. Now, there was my Nintendo, because, no, Nintendo never started. I had an Atari back in the day, and that basically got my gaming started. So I'm going to say my Sega Genesis was the best ever. What was the worst? You guys are not going to believe this, but this is absolutely true. A toilet. Yes, that is right. A toilet was one of my worst gifts. I used it for about 7 years, and it came in quite well, handy, etc. Except, let me break it down. Okay, when I bought my trailer in 04, it had work had to be done to it, like tons of work. And the one thing that my mom noticed is that the toilet just would not come clean because of the previous owners. So it was stained. It had like build up to left and right, absolutely galore. There was so much water mineral deposit within the toilet. There was a ledge for where the water table was, and we could not get rid of it. So my mom found a cheap toilet. It was like $100 for the tank and the actual other part. My mom got it and gave it to me. So yeah, it was a really crappy present, but in the long run, it actually worked out pretty damn good. Unless you want to get technical, and me not getting a gift, that was probably one of the worst. But yeah, that's absolutely okay. Okay. If you sold your soul to the devil, what would you want in return? What would I want in return if I sold my soul to the devil? All right. That would be more of a genie wish. Let's see. If I sold my soul to the devil, what would I like? There's so many ways that I could look at this. I'm pretty sure you're thinking that I have to pick something that's not like magic and not science fiction. So what I would like in return for my soul would to play the banjo. I know there's tons of things out there, and it was one those. Well, actually, the other things that I would like just wouldn't really make too much sense unless a genie in a bottle appears after I rubbed it the right way. But no, Seriously, a banjo. 'Cause there's nothing that's more cool than a banjo in a rock band. You could be like starting off with Metallica, going into AC/DC. How about something heavier like Pantera? Like, so many. Oh, it's so awesome. How can you go wrong with the banjo? Sit there, lose a tooth or two, be like, howdy folks, it's a very hot day out here, right here in southeast part of the province, and I'm here to sing to you Enter Sandman. Yeah, I got nothing on that part. Oh. Stop talking! No. Alright. What is the funniest joke on the top of your head? My receding hairline? Okay. Okay, come on. That was perfect. But one of the funniest jokes that I've heard in a while was, you know, back in the day, early 2000s, you didn't have Facebook, you didn't have social media. You basically had HTML chat websites and email. And of course, if somebody's seen a joke, they'll just hit forward, send it to you. You're like, oh, great, another joke. I'm just going to hit delete. But this particular joke, I opened it, read it, and absolutely laughed at it just because how funny it was. And to this day, almost, God knows, it's been a long time since I actually remember it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to you, and hopefully you remember it and you can pass it off to the future people, whatever. All right. It starts off, there was a lady, she went to the doctors, found out she was having 3 beautiful babies. She was so excited. She left. She was walking down Main Street, just absolutely mind-blowing. She's going to be a mother. She's going to have triplets. She walks past the bank, and at the exact same time, as she walks past the bank, there was a bank robber who came out, ran into her, turns around, fired 3 shots into her stomach. The mom was sent to the hospital. The doctor goes, okay, there's 2 things. 1, we can remove the bullets, but your babies are going to die. Or 2, you can leave the bullets in, and the babies will be absolutely fine. So the mom said, let's just leave the bullets in. I want these 3 children. I just want them. So the doctor says, okay, but otherwise they're going to be healthy babies. Months later, she was rushed to the hospital because she was in labor. And before you know it, she had 3 babies, 2 girls and 1 boy. She was all happy, totally forgot about that incident with the bank robbery, the bullets. Everything is going good. And 16th birthday rolls around, and one of the daughters comes running out of the bathroom. Massive waterworks, crying hysterically, and says, Mommy, I just peed out of the bullet. So the mom says, come here, I have something to tell you. A little more than 16 years ago. So the mother told the daughter exactly what happened. The daughter goes, oh, I feel more relieved. And she went on her way. A couple weeks later, the second daughter comes running in from the bathroom and goes, Mommy, I just peed out a bullet and I don't know why. The mom basically said, come here, let me tell you the story of what happened before you were born. So the mom told the daughter what happened, and the daughter's like, oh, that's such a relief. Thank you, Mom. Now you don't feel so bad. Whatever. So the mom's waiting for the son to come in, saying that he pulled out or peed out a bullet. So weeks went on, months went on. Well, one day, the son comes running in from outside. He goes, "Mom, Mom, Mom!" Massive waterworks, crying, can't figure out what just happened. The mom goes, "Come here, I have something to tell you. I guess you peed out a bullet, didn't you?" And the son goes, "No! I was masturbating and I shot the dog." Oh, I don't even have anything for sound effects for that. God dang it. That would have been absolutely perfect. Jeez, gotta really hop on that. Come on, that was fun. When I read that, I was at the library and I laughed my ass off. That was absolutely priceless. Alright, for Kim's final question. And what do you have to say to anyone who says shut up about politics in your podcast? That's one thing I try staying away from is politics. Because you have the Canadian politics, you have the American politics, you have a guy who can barely tie his shoes, and you have a guy who has possibly fake hair on his head where he swears that it's real. Another guy who gives money away to anybody and everyone. Then you have another guy who's basically putting tariffs on everything, and I'm shocked that he hasn't put it on condoms yet. So my whole plan was basically to stay away from politics, because my point of view is totally different, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate, and I just can't stand politic. How would you word it? Politic fighting. Is that a word? Arguments. Because, as soon as you say a good point, the other person's never going to change their opinion. Where mine, if you can change my opinion, congratulations. That's absolutely awesome. But if anybody does complain about it, just say, skip to the next segment. You'll be fine. You won't die. You might lose your eyesight to masturbation, but just chill. All right. Alex B. last night sent me a question. And this is sports. So, Joe, you might want to skip it a bit. But he said, how much of an impact will the AFL and the XFL have on the CFL and NFL? A lot of letters. All right. How much will the AFL and XFL will have an effect on the two majors? It depends on how you look at it. Basically, the XFL, they tried it, they failed, they pulled out, and they never spawned the second season. It shows you something. I know that Vince McMahon is taking his time and he's trying to rebuild it again into a better opportunity and a better brand. But to me, the XFL, it's nothing more than going to be a bunch of kids playing in a backyard. It's not going to take off. If it lasts longer than one season, congratulations. If the seats are going to get filled to more than 75% capacity, congratulations. But really, Vince isn't going to be doing too good. He's going to be losing millions and millions of dollars on this. He should have just forget about it and just say F you. Then as for the AFL, I don't think it's going to have too much effect on the NFL. But when it comes to the CFL, it's going to have a little bit more effect, because why should American-based players try out for the CFL, which is a Canadian league, get paid in Canadian funds when they can stick in the States, try out for them, and make way more money. With society of today, it's going to be about the money and where they can go. If the AFL does take off, the CFL is going to get hit really hard with American football players. So the CFL might actually have to change the rules and regulations a bit to allow a few more Canadians on the roster to fill it up to make it complete. Otherwise, I still think the CFL has their hardcore fans. They're not going to go anywhere. The NFL, it's $1 billion company. It's not going to go anywhere. AFL, they're more or less just going to take American football and their American football players, shove it in there. Then anybody on the Canadian Football League who wants to take a stab at the NFL but knows that they're not good enough, the AFL is going to be that stepping stone. It's just like Andy Fentus. They're going to come. They're going to try. If they get noticed, an NFL team's going to pick them up. Otherwise, me personally, I don't think it's going to have that big of an effect. But at the same time, ooh, squirrel. I wonder if you guys heard that, because that was a little weird. Anyway, yeah, basically that's about it. That has been Question Call, brought to you by QCIndie.com. Go check them out. Okay, let's see what else. I think that should be about it, you guys. It's already been longer than I was expecting, so that's not always a bad thing. And until then, what I'm going to do is I will send you out, and hopefully you guys come back Wednesday for another wonderful episode of the Blitz Morning Show. And I promise I will have a better open where I won't screw up super, super bad. But until then, I thank you for tuning into the Blitz Morning Show. My name is Toby Brendel. If you have questions, comments, or even do you want to get in on the questionnaire, email us at theblitzmorningshow@gmail.com. You can also tweet me at coffeeman_radio. Follow our Facebook page. Just do a search for the Blitz Morning Show, and we can connect many ways. If you have an idea for a topic, just shoot me it on one of those medias. We'll discuss it. Even if you're on the Facebook page, go to the visitor site, click on it, create a post. We'll get it going. But until then, everybody, I will see you in a couple days. Thanks for tuning in, and have yourself a wonderful Monday.